Hello, everyone, and welcome back again to another episode of Relentless Transitions Podcast. I am Teresa, and I am here today again with my lovely co host, Miss Rosalind Keith from Canada. We are just two global women living life and business, and that is exactly what we talk about is life, business, and triumph right here on the Relentless Transitions Podcast. And we have another great episode in store for you today. So before we get to it, Miss Rosalind Keith, how are you doing today?
I'm doing Jim Dandy.
Ooh.
There you go.
Well, now that's pretty good right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I mean, I'm. It's summertime and it's been hard to focus, but I think that getting together with you weekly certainly makes sure that I do stay focused. Which is part of what our podcast is about today, right? How to stay
Yes,
productive.
yes, yes. So today, everyone, we're going to be talking about how to be more productive in your business. And we're going to share with you our top 10. So this is how to be more productive in your business. And this is our top 10. And the best thing that we can do is just hop right on into it. So our theme today and what we want you to be able to do once this podcast is over is tell your time where to go, honey. Just tell your time where to go. Don't let your time dictate to you. You dictate to it. Don't let it be ambiguous or it will get away from you. And why is this so important? It's important in business because if you don't handle your time wisely, then this can cause doubt in your customers. If you are kind of slow or lackadaisical about delivering your product or your service, then your customers can start to doubt whether you can actually, deliver. They can be dissatisfied if you miss deadlines. And it can definitely cause your business to either decrease or to close altogether. So this is super important. So Rosalind, let's get started. Now, what would be, say, one of our top 10 for you?
So first thing first, use a calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Identify your daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and ongoing business targets and tasks, and what's needed to hit those targets. Stick to it. Make sure that you have set up some sort of way that you're always checking your calendar. So if you're in a business where you have to be shipping things to clients, where you have to be checking your emails, make sure that that's on the calendar. 10 a.m., check emails. 10:15 a.m., visit post office to mail product. Set up a schedule, set up a calendar, and use that calendar to keep you on task.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Yeah, so that would be a great tip, whether you are providing products or services to people. You don't want to be late with anything, right? So using a
Right,
calendar keeps you
right.
organized, keeps you on task. Yeah.
Absolutely. And keeping that calendar really helps you to zero in on the tasks that are at hand. And one thing that I was thinking about as you were speaking is that you want to be on top of it because this is going to help you. Now, of course, sometimes you might have to be late on something. So if there is any type of upcoming change, you want to be able to notify whomever is involved in plenty of time. So if it's whether it be a customer, a vendor, a service person, an event space, whatever it is, you want to be able to notify them that there is going to be a change. One thing that I say in business is that people don't get upset about what you don't do. What they do get upset about is what you say you're going to do, but you don't follow through.
Yes.
So it's really, really important.
Yes.
Another thing would be don't equate busy with accomplishment or productivity. Because just because you're busy, you could be busy toting around the same piece of paper. And at the end of the day, you still have that same piece of paper in your hand, and you really haven't moved the needle at all. So don't equate the fact that you're a busy person with actually being accomplished or being productive, because you could be working on so many things at once that you're really just not getting anything done. So this is really, really important. You don't want to be like a dog chasing his tail, right? Because that dog very rarely ever chases his tail, or catches the tail. I've had dogs all my life, and I don't think well, all of mine have had little short tails, but they've never caught that tail. They've tried, but but they have never caught it. Or being like a figure skater doing that figure eight, right? It looks beautiful, but they're really just kind of going around in circles, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah. And to follow up on that, is to not be afraid to just tackle one task at a time. So prioritize your activities. It's going to increase your clarity and your productivity if you're just doing one thing at a time. If you do many things at once, they're going to be not necessarily the best quality, and they're not going to be the best thing for your clients or yourself. So try to just make a list of the tasks and say, okay, I'm doing this one. Try to avoid task copying, because you're going to only half finish your tasks. So it's really is about laser focusing in on one task at a time. That will help lead to greater productivity and more accomplishments within your business and your life, really.
Yes, yes. And tip number 4 is to focus on activities that are truly aligned with your business and the mission of your business. And how do you determine, how do you determine that? And then what is the benefit of that? Well, I'll start with the benefit. So the benefit of that is that when you are focused on those activities that are really basically promoting your business, then you're going to increase your opportunity or your chances of being in front of your ideal customers, which is going to help you to increase the sales of whether it be your product or your service. And you don't want to be focused on things that really have nothing to do with your business. And I guess, my best way to describe that, what comes to mind is I think about people who are in sports. How many times have you heard of a person who say they played a particular sport? They're a basketball player, but on the weekend, they went off and they were maybe racing cars. That has absolutely nothing to do with playing this basketball, and they end up getting hurt.
Mm.
And then it ultimately either negatively impacts, or it puts them at risk for ruining their career, playing basketball. We just went through the Olympics. That could be a even more recent example. And I was listening to some of the athletes saying how leading up to the Olympics, that there were certain activities that they were just not allowed to participate in. So if it didn't have to do with their sport or their training or whatever it is that they were doing, they were not even allowed to participate in those things. So we want to just keep in mind that same ideology applies to your business. You really want to stay focused on activities that are going to promote your business.
And tip number 5 follows on that very, very nicely. Don't be afraid to let go of or pause an activity in order to control your runaway time. It's very, very easy to follow a tangent somewhere because it could be a very, very good idea. But if it has nothing to do with the maintenance or the growth of your business, let it go. Even if it is that great idea, it's okay to let that great idea go, so that you can focus in on what's the most important piece of your business right now to help your business grow and stay thriving. You can come back to it. Possibly, if it's that great of an idea, you will come back to it. But sometimes losing is actually winning, because it ends up focusing you on what's most important.
Absolutely. I was when you were saying that, I was thinking that that's a question that most entrepreneurs have, or many entrepreneurs have. I know I've heard it a lot. When you're an entrepreneur, you're creative, and oftentimes you have multiple great ideas, right? So either one of them could be successful. And I've also watched other people in business who they do own many businesses, but the key is to get one business to a certain point. Once that business is sustaining and it's where you want it to be, you can kind of pass on the baton to others to really run that, and then you can devote your energies into that next thing. I see a lot of celebrities now who are now they're going into the wine business, or they're creating cosmetic products, or whatever, but their main thing, they stuck with that until they got that to a certain point, and then they were kind of able to step up over to something else. So remember that letting go or pausing something doesn't mean that you're letting it go forever. You can always come back to it.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and tip number 7, we're already up to number 7,
Number
Teresa.
7.
Whoa, time's going fast. Work to discipline your time management skills. Take control of your time. Don't let your time control you. You command your time. Don't let your daily tasks be ambiguous. The more defined they are, the more likely you are to know that you're going to do it and succeed at doing it. So it's about discipline. If you're not working towards your business is closed, especially in the beginning. It's really, really important that you maximize your time doing the right things for your business in that moment. And it takes practice. It's not always, time management does not come naturally to everybody. I believe we've already done a podcast on time management, and you can go back and listen to the tips from there on time management as well. But if you are really disciplined about your time, you'll actually find that you get things done and your confidence grows and your business grows from that. So
Yes, definitely. And I've even been finding here lately, because I feel like I've been like extra busy just with my normal life activities, around the house, that instead of me saying, I'm gonna clean this, I need to get online and clear out this, and then I need to go and work on this as well. Then if I just kind of section it out and say, okay, for the next hour, I'm going to focus on cleaning this room, you know, then I can go in there and whip that room into shape, like really immediately. But if I say I'm going to clean my entire house, that turns into, oh my God, I can't do it. Oh
yeah,
Lord, I need help. I need to hire somebody. But if I kind of focus it room by room, I don't know, Rosalind. It just
yeah,
kind of helps me. But these are some methods. So this is tip number 8. We're not just talking about it. We're giving you some how tos. First thing, simplify. Simplify things. And if you have a task that's like really huge, break it down into like small pieces. And that will help you to be more effective. It will help you to control your time much better, and it will decrease that overwhelm, which leads to procrastination and sometimes just quitting. So you want to kind of simplify and then break things up. And then there was another, and in business, it's really important, especially when you're working with your clients, to ask a lot of questions up front. So don't assume what it is that your client or your customer is looking for, unless it's a product and you're selling this product, and there cannot be any variations to it. You're selling this T-shirt with these words on it, and they're buying that T-shirt with those words on it. So okay, it's a very transactional. But if it involves like any type of alterations or variations, or they're coming to you for a service, whether it's coaching or whatever it may be, ask many questions up front. This is going to help you to avoid assuming, and then you start working on it and get to a certain point and then realize that that really wasn't what they wanted in the first place, and now you have to start all over, or you have to make a lot of adjustments. That will help you to control your time much, much better.
for sure. And part of that is to be mindful of time snatchers. This is another method you can use to stay more productive, to be mindful of
Mhm.
time snatchers. And you know what we're talking about. We're talking about your telephone. We're talking about social media,
Absolutely.
doom scrolling, television, even friends and acquaintances. They can be calling you up and thinking, oh, you just stay at home. You've got lots of time. Let's go do lunch. Let's go do coffee. So schedule those things in by all means, but make sure that your business is the focus and it comes first. Those things are part that you can schedule in part way through the week for a little break from your business, but don't let them like, oh, Mary just called me and she wants to go to the beach today. The
Yeah.
heck with business, I'm off to the beach. you know,
Exactly.
don't let that happen. Stay focused, stay true to your business, stay true to your goals and your tasks that you have set. Um, time is money. And if you just waste your time, you're wasting your money. And one thing I've really become a huge fan of lately is actually setting a timer.
Mhm.
If I am taking a break from my business to have lunch or to do some sort of household chore, I set that timer, and when it goes off, I know it's time to get back to my business. So
Mhm.
use these little tools. We've got so many technology things that you can use these days to help you stay focused and help you make sure that you're not allowing social media scrolling and television watching and all of that to control your time. Put yourself
Yes.
on a schedule, put yourself on a timer.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. That is really the greatest way to control your time. To me is, and then we come down, it flows right on into tip number 10, which is, put your time on paper. Writing things down. I'm sounding like a broken record, but write it down. It really does help you. So write out everything. Write out your projects. Write out your goals, problems that need to be solved. Put those things on paper and actually put them into a calendar, or heck, I'll grab a sheet of paper. I told you I'm a nurse by profession, so we'll write on anything, paper towel, it doesn't matter. we'll grab yourself a sheet of paper at the top of your day or at the end of your day to prepare for tomorrow. Write down those things that you need to do. It's something about putting it down on paper. It really helps to give you a focus, to give clarity. Even as you're writing it down, you can tell your brain is going to say, okay, you're on 30, number 30 here. I'm probably not going to be able to get all of that done, tomorrow, but at least it does show you the things that need to be done. And then the other thing is, don't be afraid to outsource. If you are at that capacity or at that place in your business now, I'm not telling you when you're starting your business that you need to come in and just start raking out the money, because in the beginning, most of us start out in business and we're everything. We're, from the dishwasher to the gardener to the lawn person to the painter. I mean, we're the accountant, the bookkeeper, the marketer, the web, we're everything in the beginning of our business. But if there are things that you need to outsource and you're in a position to do that, then outsource those things, because some of those things can ultimately just cause you so much more frustration and so much time that they end up actually wasting you money and time. And it's better for you to just kind of outsource those things. And especially if it's something that you don't enjoy, really
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Sure.
So, Rosalind, you have anything else to add?
No, I don't think I do. I think that we've reached our top 10 there, and I think they're
Mhm.
all amazing tips. Do you want me to recap them?
Yes, you can recap and then I'll give our takeaway.
Yeah. So, tip number one, and these are in no particular order. These are
Mhm.
just our top favorite tips, and there 10, happen to be 10 of them. Use a calendar. Zero in on what you need to do daily. Uh, don't equate busy with accomplishment or productivity. Don't be afraid to tackle one as opposed to many things at once. Prioritizing is important. Focus on things that are truly aligned with your mission and your purpose. Don't be afraid to pause or let go of an activity or an idea in order to harness your time and stay focused on that mission and purpose. Recognize that pausing those ideas or letting go of those ideas does not mean that you will never return to them. It just means right now it's more important to do other things. Work to discipline your time management skills. Command your time. Don't let your time command you. Command your time. Set your goals. Discipline yourself to stay on task. Number 8, use some of the methods we've talked about, like simplifying your life, being mindful of your time snatchers. And that was number 9. And number 10, put your time expectation, write them down, put them down on paper, and they become more real. So
Yes.
that's what we have for our top 10 tips for keeping your business productive.
Yes.
Um,
And so our
Teresa, you want to share?
takeaway,
Yeah.
yes. So our takeaway for today's topic is that in business, time is money. So don't let things or people steal yours. I'm gonna have to take that tip for myself between now and our next podcast.
Yes, yeah.
But thank you, everyone. Thank you so much again for going on this journey with us. Once again, my name is Teresa Carthren here in the U.S., and I am joined with my co-host, Ms. Rosalind Keith from Canada. We are so excited and so thankful that you are here watching us. And until next time, we will see you.
If you want to comment on our podcast, feel free to email us at relentlesstransitions@gmail.com, or check out our YouTube channel and pop in a few comments there. Thanks
Yes.
for listening, everyone.
Thank you.